Okay, welcome back. 上一次我们讲的是 UC Personal Insight Question Prompt Number 8，那今天会是讲 Number 6。但是在这一系列里面，我们会陆续的把每一个 essay prompt 都用实际的范例，然后逐行逐字去分析、解析，去看说这个 essay 好在哪里，不好在哪里。Again, this example is from the College Essay Guide. He provides fantastic examples and tips on how to write your college essays. The link to this essay is in the description below. I really recommend that before you continue with this video to read through the essay once on your own. 链接在下方，看完之后再回来继续这支影片。Okay? So let's begin. Prompt number 6. Think about an academic subject that inspires you. Describe how you have furthered this interest inside and or outside the classroom. 这个 prompt 要讲的是什么？它的重点是什么？这个 prompt, the biggest thing that you need to know is your academic subject that inspires you. 你必须要选一个科系，你要选一个 field of study that you personally find really interesting. Describe how you have furthered this interest inside and or outside of the classroom. So there are two parts to this essay. The first part is your academic subject. What is it? And the second is how you have furthered this interest inside and or outside of the classroom. 简单来说就是 what do you like? And number 2, what actions have you taken to further this interest? Okay, so 我们所有人都有我们自己喜欢的科目，有我们喜欢的东西，比如说有些人喜欢历史，有些人喜欢艺术，有些人喜欢数理。最重要的是不是有任何一个科目是比较好的 It all depends on what you truly like. 重点是你真的要喜欢这件事情，这是第一点。第二是你有采取什么样的行动去让你的这个兴趣可以去被开发，你有如何去开发让你的兴趣 get taken to the next level. Usually, a successful prompt number 6 is how you combine your academic subject with something that is unusual or uncommon. 就是如何把你原本就很喜欢的东西跟一个异业结合，就是做一个 diagonal 或者一个斜杠的概念。So think about this. 比如说，可能我很喜欢的 academic subject 是 biology, for example, marine biology, 海洋生物学 right? And I combine that with what kind of actions have I taken inside and or outside of the classroom? 比如说 fishing with dad. And then from this interest, what do I get? I learn patience. I learn about the environment. Maybe on the fishing trip, I learn about global warming, climate change. I learn about pollution. I learn about sustainable farming. Or I learn love and family time. 所以 as you can see, right, very quickly, 你就可以拿你的 interest然后再加上你的 action， 然后从里面 tell us about what you care about, right? Maybe this is your major. You want to study environmental science, right? You want to study how to fight pollution. That's your story. 而且 UCS 非常短，它只有350个字，所以在这个里面你真的没有太多的时间，你要很快速的告诉我们 what your academic interest is，然后透过这个350个字 show us your action, and through those actions we should have a very clear idea and picture about who you are, your character, and what you can bring to the community at this university that you're applying to, and in this particular case, the UCs. Okay, so let's look at the example. I am a student, a volleyball player, a daughter, a sister, a friend, but in room 802 I am also a number. Room 802 is home to Dr. Mooney and his humanities students. Since sophomore year, I have been number 10, assigned to me by Dr. Mooney. As someone who browses the History Channel for fun, I consider myself a huge history nerd. When I chose to take art history, I thought I had already learned all there was to know about art. However, I received more than I bargained for. This is very interesting, right? I think I would break the essay right over here, and let's just take a moment and look at the top. 我们就先来分析前面这一段。This is his hook. 他的后考不好。What do you think? I'm a student, a volleyball player, a daughter, a sister, a friend, but in room 802, I'm also a number. Very quickly, 他给我们这些 identity. Sure, but then these identity don't necessarily add a lot of value to the essay. It depends on later whether or not the person can bring it back. 但是我们可以先看 Sure, well, everybody can be a student. Everybody is a student. Some, but most people are athletes at school. We're all daughters, sons, sister, friend. 所以其实这些没有告诉我什么特别有趣的东西。But 重点是这个 In room 802, I'm also a number. That to me is a bit interesting, right? 但是 you leave a question to the audience. When you create this kind of mystery, it's very important that you answer it as soon as possible. 你要尽可能不要拖太久，不要让我们一直去猜，因为你也没有那么多时间。而且在看这些 essay 的 college essay admissions， 他们也没有那么多时间去看你的 essay. So next thing, the person immediately answers what she means by a number. Room 802 is home to Dr. Mooney and his humanities students. OK, 他开始 reveal 他是人文的老师。Since sophomore year, I have been number 10, assigned to me by Dr. Mooney. But so what? Does this add value? This is what I tell my students all the time. 就是你在分析你自己写的 essay 好不好的时候，你要问你自己 So what? 然后嘞，每一句话后面你都要问自己，然后呢，我有没有 get to the point? Is this building towards what I'm trying to deliver? Does it add anything of substance? 这是你必须要一直问自己的事情，因为你字真的非常少，你没有办法浪费太多的空间。Okay. As someone who browses the History Channel for fun, I consider myself a huge history nerd. When I choose to take art history, I thought I had already learned all there was to know about art. However, I received more than I bargained for. OK, 马上我就可以知道说我们要讲的是关于 art history. 然后我们知道什么 What did we learn about the person? This person is someone who loves history. So thought art history would be fine. But got a surprise, right? Now, if we just look at this first section, is it a good beginning? Ask yourself that. Try to find your own answer. 因为 one of the biggest things that you want to recognize is that, well, does these first two sentences add to the fact that the person loves history? Or could we have read the essay starting here? Most likely, right? The essay would have been fine had we just started right here without the beginning two sentences, or at least that's what it appears so far. Okay. So this is the trial or the surprise. We're assuming that this is where the lesson will be learned. Now this part 2. Okay. The first time I stepped into his classroom, I was overwhelmed by the life-size poster of paintings hanging off walls and large lamassu posed over the doorway. Through performing weekly skits and creating art flashcards, I learned that art is not just something appealing to look at. Without a passport, I explored the world of various cultures from the comfort of seat number 10. Oh, okay, so it brings back these things. Seat number 10, being in Dr. Mooney's classroom. I learned that art is not just something appealing to look at. Already, the person is sharing with us what they learned, a change in perspective. I painted on cave walls in Lascaux, this experienced synesthesia induced by Kandinsky's Improvisation 28, climbed over Borobudur, and observed as Duchamp's fountain changed the basis of art forever. This is really important. These are all references to art pieces, famous art pieces, from the cave in Lascaux, to Kandinsky's Improvisation 28, to Borobudur, to Duchamp's fountain. 这些都是 specific examples. The way to demonstrate that you truly care or love the thing that you're talking about is with specific examples. OK， 就像是我刚刚提到的这个例子，如果你是喜欢钓鱼的人，如果你对海洋生物非常有兴趣，那你应该会非常了解这个洋流、这个风是哪里吹来的，这条鱼是什么家族的，这个海龟为什么会在这个时候看到，然后这些水母是哪一个有毒，这些都是你应该本来就知道，因为你对它有兴趣 ，because it's an academic interest of yours, right？ 你会非常的自然有一定的专业知识。So you want to share them whenever you get the chance, right? 那他很可爱的，他就说 I painted on the walls, climbed barbuda, experienced, observed, right? 他把他自己放在这个艺术品里面，仿佛是他创造了这些艺术品。He wanted to put himself in those experiences directly, 而不是说我们用非常客观的方式去分析，因为你喜欢，所以它应该要是直觉性的，非常直白的。Okay, let's keep going. Most importantly, yet ironically, art piqued my interest in STEM fields. Previously, I did not see the point in studying and solving an endless array of numbers only to produce another number. So, wow, suddenly there is a turn.他突然往别的方向走了 So he went from history to art history to STEM. 这是好事吗？还是坏事？ Well, we don't know yet. It depends on how it's delivered at the end, right? 没有说一定只能说从 A 到 B, 你可以 A, B, C, D, E, 但是你要有方式能够把它有一个很强的整体感，能够把它包装起来。那现在我们看到的是，其实 history 只是为了铺 art history, 然后 art history 只是为了讲到现在的 STEM field. Okay, let's keep going and see if the person can actually bring it all back together. Previously, I did not see the point in studying and solving an endless array of numbers only to produce another number. However, I now understand, 同样的, right? Learned and change in POV.The importance of STEM for advancing future civilizations and preserving ancient ones. I learned to ask questions such as, which chemicals in certain medium allowed some art to be preserved, but other destroyed like Da Vinci's Last Supper? And why aren't more houses ecologically built like falling water? Again, specific examples. 那这种 specific example 是专业问题。Good questions.These are the kind of questions that only you, the person with the interest, 只有你是因为你喜欢这个科目，因为你对这些事情有兴趣，你才会想得到的问题。通常我们这种局外人或业余的人士，我们根本不会看得这么仔细，我们也不会了解，因为我们不了解，所以没有办法问到这么细 right? So you want to take the advantage or the opportunity to ask good questions. Again, 这就是为什么我一开始强调，你一定要选你自己非常喜欢的题目，这个才是最重要的，要不然你找不到这些好的例子跟好的问题去写到你的 essay 里面。Okay. Technology has also woven its way through art. If Frank Gehry can design the Guggenheim Museum with the help of computer software, what else can we design with just a tap of the fingers?Having taken a Harvard computer course and learned coding through the Girls Who Code summer immersion program, I know the answer. Lots. So yes, I am a number. And yes, I am a history nerd. However, I am also a future scientist in the making. Okay, before we conclude the essay and figure out what is really good and what can be improved, let's look at the last two paragraphs. This is really good. I really like this.Hypothetical. If Frank Gehry can design the Guggenheim Museum with the help of computer, what else can we design with just a tap of the finger? 我非常喜欢这个的原因是，第一个，它结合了什么？就是 famous person with a professional, famous architect, right? His art plus STEM 得到的是什么 ？Guggenheim， 这是第一。第二是，他说，既然他可以这样。那 why can't I? or why can't we do the same? I think this mentality, 这种心态是什么？就是 you're willing to challenge the status quo and you're willing to innovate. 你有愿意去创新的心态，你愿意去挑战现在既有的事情，或者是你要愿意去 think outside the box. These are all really, really good attributes as a student going to university, right? And it's a lot better to demonstrate that mindset rather than say it, right? 你说我喜欢创新，我有创新的心态，跟你说既然他都可以做这件事情，结合电脑去创造一栋非常知名的建筑物，为什么我不行 right? What else 我们还能做什么 What else can we design with just a tap of the finger, right? 这个想要去结合 combine technology 的心态非常的好 right? 因为 it comes back to the original art plus STEM, right? 它就是因为有 art history that made her interested in STEM. Okay, 再来 Having taken a Harvard computer course and learned coding through Girls Who Code Summer Immersion Program, I know the answer. Lots. 所以他回答了他自己的 rhetorical question. 有很多他可以做 Lots I can do and going to your school will help me achieve them. Many more. This is the idea. But there's a missed opportunity here. I think the missed opportunity is this part. 为什么它是一个有点可惜的地方？就是你明明有花这个时间跟心血 to take a summer course, Girls Who Code Summer Immersion Program at Harvard, 但是你并没有花很多时间去告诉我们你为什么想去做这件事情，然后 through this example show us your proactiveness, show us your willingness to learn about STEM. 因为他透过艺术对 STEM 开始有兴趣，那因为他对这个有兴趣，所以他去上了这个 Harvard program。可是他并没有花太多的时间去解释或告诉我们这一部分的故事，有点可惜。因为我们现在看完了，发现其实前面这一段不太需要，前面的铺陈有点太长，相对的后面的感觉就会有一点被压缩，好像有点来不及，或是车子都要快离开了，你硬要把它塞进去的感觉。所以前面的部分可以稍微省略掉一些，直接从我原本喜欢 history， 但是因为到了 art history 开始让我认识这些事情，然后 art history ironically made me start to look into STEM， 因为科学帮助我们保存艺术，然后艺术跟历史又是息息相关的，然后才会对科学产生这么大的兴趣。因为有这个兴趣，我才去上了 Harvard Computer Course Girls Who Code Summer Immersion Program。那再从这边我又学到了什么？然后最后再做一个总结。他的总结 sentence 在这边。So yes, I am a number, and yes, I am a history nerd. However, I am also a future scientist in the making. Really good. 他把所有东西都结合在一起。一开始的他是个 number， 然后对他很喜欢 history， 但是 I am more than that. I am more than that. 比较可惜的就是 well, 你觉得呢？ This number doesn't really mean much. Doesn't have a strong connection, right? Or meaning. I would much rather see her talk more about her art history nerd side or preservation in art, with chemistry. And also 这个 scientist 有一点弱，对不对？你不知道他到底是对 computer science 有兴趣，还是对 architecture 有兴趣，还是对 preservation 有兴趣。那会感觉比较弱的原因 vague 的原因，不清楚的原因是什么？就是因为他没有空间了，他没有办法再跟仔细的去分享 through detail what she means by her interest in science, right? That's the missed opportunity. Let's take a step back and look. 这篇写的好不好？其实还不错，整体来说 does it answer the question? We want to ask ourselves at the end, does it answer the question? What do you think? 你觉得呢？ Think about an academic subject that inspires you. Describe how you have furthered this interest inside and or outside the classroom. What do you think? 你觉得呢？ 他有讲到他的 academic subject 吗？有 ，right？ 可是 which one is it? Is it history, art history, or is it STEM? 这是一个比较危险的地方，就是他讲的并没有很清楚，他到底是被哪一个 inspire， 被哪一个启发。So you want to be very careful that you can start with one and move to another, but you want to focus very clearly the subject that inspires you, and then what it led to, right? 好 part 2, that's part 1. Part 2, actions, how you have furthered. Is it answered? Well, took art history class, coding class. Well, missed opportunity, 因为他也只是稍微提了一下。他有没有其他的 activity？ 肯定有，但是因为他前面花太多时间去铺这个 I am a student, a volleyball player, a daughter, a sister, a friend, but in room 802, I am also a member. 我们现在回头来看，就发现其实这句话跟下面这句话 room 802 is home to Dr. Mooney, blah, 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 实在没有什么太大实质上的意义 right? This is why you want to always be mindful and ask yourself of the question, so what? Am I answering the prompt? Okay? 好，讲到这里就是我们 example for prompt number 6. I hope this was really helpful for you. My name is Kevin. If you like the content, be sure to comment below, like, 给我一个赞，告诉我你喜欢的部分，然后我们下次再见，希望这个影片对你有很好的帮助。OK， 拜。